do, and welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Wednesday, December 7th, 2022. On deck for today's show, Coach Mike ponders, imagine what a mid-season Hard Knocks would look like for the Lions. I look at how the Lions secondary has turned the corner, and the LL looks at the future of Jared Goff in Detroit. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. First up, man, it's the ladies' pet, the men's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. Rub his bald head, ladies. It's the man, LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my guy?
Ask me first before you do it. But good morning, Prowl Nation. Happy Wednesday.
Man, y'all know who it is, man. He be cooking it up in the kitchen. He be coaching down on the field. It's the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan. It's who?
It's the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go.
It's for Lions Talk, baby.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Go ahead and start this thing off right, Coach Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna take everybody back a few weeks, man. Back to training camp when everybody was just taken. Everybody was in awe at the Lions training camp and what was going on and the competitiveness of the players and AG and Deuce Staley barking at each other and it just all came together, man, and Dan Campbell like Rodrigo, and all of that, man, all that energy that they had. Imagine if we was in a mid-season Hard Knocks like the Arizona Cardinals, and for the 4 out of the last 5 games, if we could just go into the locker room, if we could just be there on the sideline, we could be there at practice, the energy that they had. You think Deuce Staley and Dan Campbell was talking that ish then. Imagine what they is like now in practice, man, and the energy that they bring in, and man, and Dan Campbell. Imagine Dan Campbell's speech that he gave after the Giants game. Imagine being in a locker room for that. Imagine being in a locker room for the last game. Those things are that's something that I want to see. And I know it's not likely that a team is back-to-back on Hard Knocks. I know it's not. But damn it, I think we need to start that movement, y'all. I think we need to get it going, man, and we need to get back up on that Hard Knocks, man, because as a fan, I want to see it. Do y'all want to see it, man? Is that something that's that y'all feel that, ooh, I want to see that?
To be honest with you, man, I did like the Lions on the preseason Hard Knocks. I can't say I didn't because I did. Because I live so far away, I don't get a chance to, go up there for training camp or anything like that. Or I've never really seen that type of, like up close and, personal stuff behind the scenes for the Lions. So I enjoyed it. I'm not sure if I would like the midseason version. I haven't watched the in-season version of the Arizona or any of them. I think the last franchise to go back-to-back was Dallas. The Rams have been on there multiple times, but I don't know, man. That would be a distraction. Now I know that it was or wasn't a distraction during the preseason, but that's the time you can kind of have type of distractions. But I don't know. I will say this before I kick it to LL. It would be fun to see MCDC doing this current run. I would also like to see how AG in this stance and his staff, is coaching the defense doing this uptick in play. Because, we'll get into my segment in a minute, but this defense have turned it around, especially in the secondary. But I would love to see how they're coaching and how the defense has stepped up. Because the offense has been there pretty much all season. We've had the one pretty lull in the Patriots game, but the Lions offense has been playing pretty well all season. It's the defense that was like kind of lacking, and I would love to see how AG and his crew, man, has turned this thing around, man. There's an apology thing going around on social media talking about apology to AG. So like the little form, the little like chain form, you know, say or we want apology to AG, but I'm not sure. I can't say a definite yes or no on a midseason because I've never watched it. I've never watched it.
I ain't gonna lie.
And you look at how Arizona is right now. They're absolute shit show right now. So I'm not sure what's that for the Lions. What you got, LL?
They need to make a form for AG to apologize for us because whoever was mad at him wasn't mad at him for no reason. It was like, oh, he's doing a great job. Fuck him though. No, he was sucking, but well, our defense was sucking. But as far as midseason Hardknocks, I say this. In the aspect of Coach Mike, like for the fans that really want to see that, that'd be great, especially to see that over the last little run we had. This is maybe a little something interesting, even though I don't really like the whole part where you get to see people getting cut or fired or whatever it is. But maybe the transition after Aubrey Pleasant left, just like whatever, just seeing the locker room or just certain players. Because I don't know this at all, but like in my head, like I said, I felt like maybe Aubrey Pleasant was coaching Kirby Joseph or whatever. Even though Kirby kind of took off, well, he was playing well when he was still here. But I just want maybe that aspect of it, but otherwise, I don't really care. I don't watch. I don't watch Hard Knocks. I watched one this year because of Lions. I don't watch the mid-season. But for those fans out there that would want to see that, I think that would be pretty interesting. And maybe they should do it for those fans. Maybe they should do like maybe not a Hard Knocks with HBO, but maybe like just something through like the Lions YouTube channel or something, an inside look. For those fans, because that'd be something better,
Actually, the Lions audio visual department has won Emmys. Like they're a very well put together videos team down in Detroit. Like Inside the Helmet, that Inside the Helmet series they do. They have a really well put together like media department. So maybe something that maybe the fans can write in and see if that's something they would do. But hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. It's time for the family discussion topic for today. Question is, would you like to see the Detroit Lions on the mid-season version of Hard Knocks? Let us know in the comment section below. Y'all know how we do. We pick 6 of the comments to read on the next show. So again, the family discussion topic for today. Would you like to see the Detroit Lions on the mid-season version of Hard Knocks? So, all right, get on the bus, Gus. Get on this train, Wayne. Get on this ride, Clyde, and join us, man. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. We on our route to 4,000 subscribers, but it starts with you. You keep coming back if you haven't done so already. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All of these things help us with that YouTube algorithm and gets this content out to more Lions fans just like yourself. All right, now it's time for my news and rumors topic for today. Now, the Lions secondary has flipped the switch over the third quarter of the season. So here are some of the stats for opposing quarterbacks over these last 5 games where the Lions have won 4 out of 5 games. The Lions have held the quarterbacks to a percentage of 57% passing. That's 105 passes out of 183 for only 1,223 yards, which is 6.7 yards per attempt. They had 7 touchdowns, but they also had 7 interceptions with a passing rating of 74.9 for the secondary. That's how the Lions secondary has stacked up. It's kind of really shut down some of these opposing quarterbacks. Well, here's how that play of the Lions secondary stats ranks in the NFL during the team's recent success, winning 4 out of the 5 games. They have a completion percentage of 57.4. Like I said, that's what they held, which is first. The quarterback passer rating of 74.9 is second in the league, and they lead the league in interceptions with 7 over those 5 games. And the defensive line has helped as well. They have 22 sacks on the season, but 11 of those sacks have came in the 5-game stretch, because we know a good defensive line helps the back end of the defense do their jobs as well. The Lions secondary has flipped the switch and has been a big part of the Lions defensive turnaround. So they are doing their job. Now, are we going to say it was Aubrey Pleasant? I can't say that it was him totally, but a philosophy change has come since he's been out of the building, and the Lions secondary has really stepped up. You got the young fella Kirby Joseph, Deshaun Elliott's playing well. Jeff Okudah, even when he was out, the team still kind of held it down. Even Willie at times that did some things. I won't say he's been playing great, but he's been playing good at spot. You know, so I'm gonna kick it to you first, Coach Mike. What do you think has contributed to the Lions' defensive turnaround in the secondary?
You know what? First, I mean, I'm just gonna keep it 100. I think they've faced teams that are not that good at passing. When you look at the Chicago Bears, they're not a prolific passing team. You look at the New York Giants, they're not a prolific passing team. I look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're not a prolific pass team. Green Bay is struggling a little bit. A lot of it.
A lot of it.
Yeah, so you know what? I think them playing those teams has give them also a chance to grow. And they're not covering so much as just elite receivers all around the board. And I think that's giving guys time to grow into their role and to understand it instead of being just supremely overmatched every game. And now that the talent level has kind of evened out, they've got to learn and they get good reviews from their play, and they understand what works and what doesn't work. And I think that helped. So yeah, man, I just think that the level of competition kind of tailed off in the receivers, and that allowed our young secondary to grow. So now they're ready.
I feel you. What you got, LL?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up Josh Allen, so I just want to see what he did. You're right. That's what I was thinking when Curt was listening to stats and stuff. We probably played some teams that wasn't so good at passing, but the thing about that is we still could have gave up big passing games to them. We still could have let them go off, because that's what the Lions, that's what them quote unquote same old Lions would do. But I like it, man. Of course, I don't know what the cause was, and maybe this is where the Hard Knocks could give us an inside look, like I said, just to see like what happened in the locker room because of Aubrey Pleasant. Like, was it a philosophy difference, between him and AG or whatever it was? But whatever the hell was happening prior to wasn't cutting it, because we was getting obliterated. But it's whatever happened is been decent enough for our team to make that big turnaround. Like you said, we first in some categories, second in another. That's excellent in my eyes, man. Especially what we was looking at, prior to. And I think we did okay against Josh Allen too. He had a QBR 71, 23 yards, and he turned it over once. So, the defense is rounding into shape. Like I said, good, bad, or otherwise, you got to go out there and play anyway. So, at least they stood up against the bad guys too. So, good job, Ryan.
Yeah, because you said he went 24 or 42. That's not great for 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and sacked 3 times for 16 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. They had him to an 80 quarterback rating compared to what Jared Goff did in that game. He was 23 of 37, 240, 260, 6.5 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 sacks, a 79 QBR, and a rating of 98.9. Jared Goff actually outplayed Josh Allen, and you know what I'm saying? It kind of it came down to the special teams. You know what I'm saying? That was the one game that Michael Badgley missed that field goal. You know what I'm saying? So
man.
Yeah. So hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Hey, it is the holiday season. Shopping days are upon us, man. We got, you know what I'm saying, a little less than 20-something days to Christmas. We got like 18 days to the Christmas get here. Get yourself, get your loved ones, your favorite fans, their favorite gear over at Fanatics.com. Links in the description below. They got licensed everything from every sport right there on that website. Links in the description below. A portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content right here on this channel. Check us out on Lions Nation Unite. You can download the app for your mobile device in the Google, Android, or Apple App Store, or you can just type in alliancenationunite.com in your web browser, and you're right there. While you're over there, go ahead and get yourself some LNU gear at lnushop.com. Get the real, not the fake, over there at lnushop.com, man. And you can hang out with us over there in the LNU app, man, or only your favorite content creators for the Detroit Lions. You catch Herman Moore over there, Mike Kimber, Dosa Dion, all those cats. Oh man, Everything King are right there inside the LNU app. So go ahead and hang out with us over there. Detroit Lions on the Prowl offers you a different perspective from us. So go ahead and check us out over there on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. And while you're over there, Go to lionsontheprowshop.com and get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. You know what I'm saying? You can get that a present for somebody, or get yourself a present, you know what I'm saying, with some Prowl Nation gear over there at lionsontheprowshop.com. Man, college football playoffs here in a few weeks, end of the month, man. So, Coach Jones go hook you up, man, over at wolverlion.com. Because if you're a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, go ahead and check out my man over at wolverlion.com. And he hook you up, get you ready for the college football playoffs right here on the channel, man. So go ahead and help my boy out and support the fight against cancer. All my Michiganders, you know what I'm saying? That's how us real people say it. That's from actually Michigan. It's not Michiganians, damn millennials. It's Michiganders. And go ahead and get yourself some Roll Up gear to help the fight against cancer, because Big Lion Man got that gear, the Roll Up gear, and the proceeds from that sales of that link go to help the American Cancer Society of Michigan. So go ahead and support a great cause and get yourself some Roll Up gear. That link's in the description as well. So pay some bills, man. But make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms. We got Facebook, TikTok, and the infamous Instagram, man. Hit up LL's IG page for the Thirsty Week. It's still going on, man. Go ahead and check it out, man. This week, he just spanned it from Thursday to the whole week. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and check out the Thirsty Week over there on LL's Instagram page, man. Now, speaking of LL, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know who it is, man. It's your auntie's favorite player, man. He got all them plates, man. He got a house full of Tupperware. Well, man, LL, break it down for me, man. What's going on with your news topic for this week?
And I don't return them. So, yeah. So, I am one of the most, I want to say, critical people of Jared Goff. I just, when he don't play that well, I don't allow y'all to say that he do play well. I don't care. Fuck him anyway. But this is, I've over the last however many weeks, I've talked about maybe some options of drafting a rookie quarterback. Gave a couple of options in which one that I preferred. That guy has since tore his knee up and everything, but he'd still probably be a decent enough quarterback. We could get him without having to take him early. Talked about maybe signing a backup quarterback, from one of these teams, maybe like Tyler Huntley or something like that. We got to see him lead a game-winning drive the other day for the Baltimore Ravens. LJ is out or was out, but now I'm going to explore the option of possibly keeping y'all's friend Jared Goff around for a while. Of course, it might end up being outside of some other options. It could probably be the most financially best because we don't have to. I think we might could get him on a very team friendly deal. If not, then I don't suggest signing him. If you got to break the bank for this guy, definitely don't do that. But if you can keep him around for a number where he's at now, or possibly a little bit cheaper, because he is a productive quarterback, and I feel like the more that you build the team up, maybe the less that we have to depend on him. Things would look a lot better even if with just like I said, a slight change in play calling, just a couple of plays, to get some deep plays down the field, some chunk plays, just those big deep passing plays, a couple 40-yard plays, 50-yard plays, maybe at least, a couple of hookups a game. Right now he's not really throwing that deep ball. We got to see him throw it last game, but I guess maybe it's a work in progress. Who knows? But Jared Goff sticking around is a viable option, especially if the team is heading to where some of us think that it could be, as far as some of the pieces and some of the prospects that's available in the draft. So the team could be, hypothetically, of course, or ideally in my eyes, the team could be so good that Jared Goff wouldn't even matter. We could have Curt back there or me back there, or my pal. We could have my pal Geronimo back there batting around footballs, and it won't even matter. He a cat too, so he liked the Lions, but that's my news rumor topic for today. Jared Goff possibly as the present and future of the Detroit Lions quarterback. What do you guys think about that?
All right, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've said this all along. Jared Goff has played well he's played well all season, but he's played well during the past 5 games. He's put up solid numbers all year. He's 7th in passing yards. He's 7th in passing yards. He is 10th in passing touchdowns. I think he's 6th in quarterback rating this year. His completion percentage could be better, around 65%, but he's in the middle of the pack for that as well. I have long said, like I said, I think he will be the quarterback next year in Detroit. He's still under contract. People don't realize he's under contract till 2025, right? Like, he's not, we can dump his contract. It'll be cheaper to dump him in 2025. It will be the 2024, but we still get a lot of cap relief if we let him go after next year. So, like, the 2023 season, he's still under contract. So, like, he's got a few more years left in Detroit, especially after the restructure. Just his guaranteed money will runs out after next year. So you look at this, and it is at most financially advantageous, right? But here's my thing, and I'm gonna tell you straight up: if we get anything close to a winning season, if we go 8-9, 9-8, somewhere around that thing, Jared Goff has earned at least one more year in Detroit with the way the team has been playing this year. That's just me. I'm not saying he's doing great.
That? I'm saying maybe beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that he's been doing great, but he's been playing really good football, and he's up for the FedEx Air Player of the Week this week. He hasn't been turning the ball over these last few weeks, and he's throwing more touchdowns than he is interceptions. You know, some games is not for a lack of trying, but he's getting comfortable in the offense, and he's getting his weapons back. And if we have more games like we had last week, he's going to earn a right to be the quarterback here in the next few years, actually, to be honest with you. What you got, Coach Jones?
I told y'all before, man, me and Jared Goff got a love-hate relationship. It's emotional. But you know what, man? That's so hard, man. That's such a hard thing, because one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to turn away from Jared Goff, and then you get somebody who's worse, you know. But then again, you don't want to stay with Jared Goff and then you can't get more than what you're getting. Because in order for the Lions to take the next step and not just make it to the playoffs, but to win in the playoffs, we're going to need a quarterback to take us to the next level. So can Jared Goff do that? It's yet to be seen. He's still a young guy, though. That's something that we all got to understand is Jared Goff is still young. A lot of people, might think he's been in the league for 20 years. Nah, man, he hasn't. Jared Goff, was he 27?
Yeah. 27.
So he's just getting into his prime. He ain't touched the prime of his career yet. Usually in quarterbacks, around that 28, 29, that 28, 29, about 33, 34 is where they really start to where they dial in mentally and they lock in and they focus and they know what to do. And I don't know, man. It's so yeah, man. I can't call it, man. Sometimes I wish he was here. Sometimes I wish he was gone. We in an emotional relationship right now.
I got a question for you, Coach Mike. When you say that, about he's still young and XYZ. He ain't been the worst quarterback during this time, so I don't want to say that. But he has played very bad for us at some time. But name me another quarterback that turned it around or started to improve at 28 or 29 after being shaky, for the most part of his career. I don't know one. I don't think he has to turn it around necessarily, but I'm just talking about. And that's why I say I don't want to say, because he's not. It wasn't like he was like, even Baker Mayfield had some decent. I don't want to say he was the worst, and he's gonna flip it around and be a starting quarterback. But I don't know. And another thing, this is a question to both of y'all.
Look at I got an example. Jimmy G. Look at Jimmy G's career. He was a backup most of his career, and when he was a young player out in New England, and then when he got traded, when he started maturing, started taking teams to the Super Bowl, the NFC Championship game out there in San Francisco. So his game, his game matured. You can say what you want to say about Jimmy G. Was it him? Was it the defense? Right? You have to make the right plays, and you have to be the right person to lead a team to get to those steps. I'm not saying that he was the greatest quarterback out there in San Francisco, because he wasn't. He wasn't the primary focus, but guess what? He was an integral part. That's what I'm saying. And his play helped that. What you got?
How old was he when he got traded? And you said he took them. That's the only problem I have. You right. He played.
Okay.
He played well. He played well enough for those teams to win. They won a playoff. They won a playoff game with him making 6 throws. I ain't really trying to, split the hairs and all of that.
I
think this is a different story. But even then, if we can get to a point where we can win a playoff game where the quarterback making 6 passes, I'm okay. If it's the cat making 6 throws, I'm okay with that.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
LL, I got one person. Ryan Tannehill.
Huh?
He
I don't know.
He's not. He got in the situation that suited him. That suited what he does. And Jared Goff is now Ben Johnson's making a situation that's suitable for what he does. So,
I get you that because it wasn't because we'll say Derrick Henry, but he made some throws. He made some plays out there in Tennessee that helped their offense.
Here's gonna be the shocker. Malik Willis is they starting quarterback next year. We're gonna have to revisit this conversation because they trying to get rid of Tannehill.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. We got to move on, people. Go ahead and join us right here, Detroit Lions on the Prowl, by your home for Detroit Lions News and Rumor. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, man. You keep coming back. So go ahead and hang out with us right here in Detroit Lions on the Prowl, man. And, let's time for us to zip our lip and see what you guys had to say about yesterday's show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up in the shoot, we got Brent DeWitt. Said great shows, guys. At the beginning of the year, I was hoping for 8 to 9 and 9 to 8 and a wild card berth. Still hoping, but I think it may take 10 wins now. Go Blue, go Lions. It may, and I don't think that's necessarily something that the Lions can't do.
Keep going as high as you can take it, man. We got the Rams pick, so don't worry about it. If I'm not mistaken, welcome to the comment cards, Bill Collier. Even if they win out, it's still going to be very difficult to make the playoffs, even with a 10-7 record. In my opinion, they waited too long to start winning. In any other season, I'd say they'd be in with a 10-7 record. I still think we might can get in. San Francisco has a quarterback issue right now, so they may lose 1 or 2 going down the stretch. There's some things may open up for the Lions if it were to shake out for the Lions to make it. So still can happen, Bill Collier. Thanks for the comment.
Right on. Michael Lewis says, first, let me say F ESPN. They never have anything positive to say about the Lions.
Marcus Spears had something positive to say, so yeah, okay.
Nina Kams and Dan Orlovsky always do.
Yeah.
Dan got our back.
Yeah, Dan a homer anyway, so he got love for the Lions.
Yeah. And it said in the spring, I said the Lions go 10-7. Goff sits at 4,200 yards. I don't know, maybe meant something. No, Goff sits at 4,200 yards when the regular season is over. I haven't wavered. Playoffs? ? They got this. Go Lions. You know what? The only way we can get in is if we are tied at the end of the season with 2 of them NFC East teams, the Giants and the Commanders. If we tie with them, we in. So that's what we're hoping for.
And they still got a lot of division games to play. So that's the thing. They got to play within their division. That NFC East, their schedule makers put a lot of division games for them within the last few weeks of the season. So they can shake out. But, I'm not saying that they're going to do it. I'm saying they can do it. That's what Michael Huck, saying friend of the show, Go members meetings today is at 3 p.m. So go ahead and check the community tab. He says, to be honest, I'm not concerned if they make the playoffs. Just keep playing hard and continue to grow and let the chips fall where they may. You know what, Michael Huck? That's what I'm talking about, man. Just let them keep playing. I'm not saying that I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket and saying, ooh, they're going to make it this year. All I'm saying is that they can. They have it's a possibility. But just keep playing hard and keep winning. That's all I'm asking you.
Yeah, we got the Rams pick. Don't worry. This is my draft position. We got that pick. Another friend of the show, Joseph Murdoch says, not yet. If they can win against the Vikings, then the fans will have something to talk about. Right now, the fans are anxious. If you want to talk to me about anything after the Vikings game, I might cuss at you, but then I'm going to call you a bandwagon fan because why you want to talk to me all this other time? But I get what you're saying, Joseph Murdoch. Thanks for the comment.
Jeffrey Inglesby says, big prediction. TJ Hockenson, 0 receptions, 0 yards. Woo. I'm drinking plenty of Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid today. Laughing emoji.
Yeah,
You know
you
what?
sure is.
You know what, man? I don't want TJ Hockenson to do that good, but I got him on my fantasy team, so I can't say nothing about none of that.
So you do want him to do good then.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jeff.
I mean, yeah, man. I don't hope he do good, man. But you know, I do got him on my fantasy roster, and it's playoff time, bro. So, if you like the video, share the video, help us get this content out to more Lions fans like yourself. We marching, we trying to get there, man. We trying to get these subscribers up, get these viewers up, man. Help us out, man. Get your friends and co-workers and family, man, to tune in to Detroit Lions on the Prowl on YouTube. What you got up next, Curt?
All right, now it's time to go from my favorite segment of the show to everyone else's favorite segment of the show. It's time for Dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. My man Grant's at 12. Have some coffee with your dessert with your man Curt today. All right, you can check out, and it's brought to you by Delightful Bites. You can go ahead and go to the Facebook page, check out Delightful Bites on Facebook. If you don't do the Facebook thing, because that link's in the description, go ahead and go over to Instagram or TikTok, type in Delightful Bites in the search engine of those apps and see all that beautiful dessert footage. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. It is a good thing about one player we did focus on in this show, Jared Goff. Jared Goff is the Detroit Lions NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee with his work he's done with his foundation in Detroit, man. He is, and the kids that he's helped with his foundation are the individuals who let him know he was the NFL Man of the Year for the Lions. So go over to the DetroitLions.com webpage or their Twitter or Instagram accounts, man, and you can see that video of him getting notified by the children that he's helping through his foundation about his being named the Detroit Lions NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year and being, nominated on that big platform for that award. So congratulations again, Jared Goff, man. What you're doing in the community of Detroit has not been taken for granted. So salute to you, my friend. And that is your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Now it's time to cut that quick walk on over to that wall of fame, baby. First up, we got the Latino Leo in the house. Joseph Carter's in the building. My man Q, or David Anderson, depending on the day of the week. We got Timmy Birch, Bob Korowski, and Jason Porter's in those bronze members. And shout out to Coach Mike's coworker, Doug Prince 72 is also in the building. Silver members, we got my man Batman of the 313. We got Henry Wallace, Kirkland Pratt, Big Dale, and Mr. Scotty the Bear, the freshman, baguettes and all that. What's up, Frenchie? And the silver members, our gold members meeting today at 3 p.m. Make sure you check the community tab for that. We got my man, Mr. Reliable Michael Huck. We got North End Ken. Michael Lewis is in the building. Dominic Davis, the jazzy one. Paul Jarose. Lady Lionel of Douche Bagia is in the building. And the doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. Now it's time for final thoughts for today's show. LL, what you got, my man?
Final thoughts. Have a great Wednesday. It's usually Dollar Coney Day in certain areas. Find some Dollar Conies. Have a great day. Don't worry about tomorrow on the internet. Just,
Oh, man.
proceed as normal.
I already said it's a thirsty week, so go what you got, Coach Mike.
Yeah. I got my timer set. You know what, Lions fans? It's time that we totally turn the page, man, and it's time to get on these Vikings, man. It's time to get on them, stay on their head, step on their neck. Shouts out to Ndamukong Suh. We about to turn up, man, and Ford Field, man. We need this dub. We need this dub bad, man, for everything. So I can't wait to get to this pregame talk tomorrow, man.
Yeah, definitely. And for that one Vikings fan that was in the comment cards, man, the play of the secondary is what's been making the difference for the Detroit Lions, man. And while you're playing, we played y'all tough, and our secondary is playing better now than what we did when we played y'all earlier in the season. And y'all gotta come in the Ford Field. So we're gonna talk our top player because we doing our thing. I'm just saying. All right. So for me, man, definitely Wednesday's hump day, baby. Man, it is 1 week from my youngest, oldest grandbaby. You know why I say youngest, oldest? Because he's the youngest, but she thinks he's the oldest. My grandbaby, it will be 2 next week. So we're on a week countdown for her birthday. Spencer, Papa, I love you, baby. I can't wait to celebrate your birthday with you, man. It's gonna be great. But with all that being said, grind's getting hard. Make sure you focus at work today, man. If it's getting a little too much for you, take a step back, refocus, man. And if you need some help, go ahead and ask for it, because it's always a sign of strength and not a sign of weakness for you to ask for help. It always is, man. And it's the holiday season. If you see someone or know someone that a loner, or that just disconnected, man, reach out to them, because a little bit of help and a kind word can go a long way to help that person out. So go ahead and make sure you spread this holiday cheer during this time of season, man. It's always great to spread love during the holidays. So you had lunch with us. You had some dollar conies, which I miss being able to get conies down here in the South, man. Can't do that, man. But it's chili dogs. They call that a coney. They ain't no damn coney. But whatever you ate for lunch today, man, hit this napkin, wipe those crumbs off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.